This is the Week 7 GAC Rewind. I'm Chase Hartzell. Harding used a strong second half to defeat Ouachita 41-10 in a top 10 matchup in Searcy. Both defenses were able to control the first half, with Harding taking a 10-3 lead into the halftime break. Ouachita quarterback Riley Harms tied the game at 10-10 with a rushing touchdown to open the third quarter, but Harding took over from there, including 21 fourth-quarter points. The Bisons totaled 427 rushing yards on 7.1 yards per carry. Led by Braden Jay with 10 carries for 131 yards and 2 touchdowns, Roland Wallace also got in on the act with the first touchdown of the game for Harding. Here is that call from Billy Morgan on the Harding Sports Network.
Now Keelan to the line of scrimmage. Sinclair in motion. Here's a reverse coming to the near side. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Harding. Roland Wallace with his second touchdown on the season, and the Bisons lead it 6-0 with 2:07 left here in the first quarter.
Southern Arkansas took a 35-34 lead with 4:24 remaining and followed that with a defensive stop, allowing the Mule Riders to run out the clock on the Reddies for the win. Henderson State rushed for 220 yards and 3 touchdowns, but the Reddies couldn't hold on to their lead in the fourth quarter. SAU quarterback O.B. Jones had 132 passing yards, 112 rushing yards, and accounted for 3 touchdowns, the last of which was the game winner caught by Camden Perry. Here's that call from Dan Gregory on the Mule Rider Sports Network.
2nd down and 7 for SAU, 31 of Henderson State. And Jones steps up, under pressure, rolls out. He's going to throw it down into the end zone to Cam Perry. Tip, then he came down with it. He caught it. I don't see an indication. Touchdown, Southern Arkansas. There it is. Pass play for 31 yards. Cam Perry, it tipped up, and he was able to come down with it and keep the foot inbound.
Southeastern Oklahoma State defeated Southern Nazarene 20-19. Southeastern running back DJ Brown led the Savage Storm offense with a 165-yard rushing performance, and wide receiver Hunter Hawthorne caught 6 passes for 111 yards. Despite SNU quarterback Gage Porter passing for 227 yards and rushing for 149 yards and 2 touchdowns, Southeastern Oklahoma State was able to get a defensive stop when it needed it down the stretch. This sack from D'Angelo Shanks put the Crimson Storm out of field goal range on their final drive of the game. Here's that call from Jay Lindley on the Southeastern Sports Network.
54 seconds remaining as Porter in the gun, receives the snap, looking right, looking, doesn't see it, the figure, he's sacked. He's taken down back at the 29, off the edge, unabated, huge hit. D'Angelo Shanks, the redshirt freshman from Westmore High School.
The Oklahoma Baptist defense was the story of the game for the Bison in their 20-13 win at Southwestern Oklahoma State. The Bison recorded 6 sacks in the game, 2 each from Scooter Baker and Brett Carhu, and held the Bulldogs to 241 yards of offense and only 75 rushing yards. Offensively, quarterback Kenny Rosenthal threw for 231 yards and accounted for 2 total touchdowns. The Bison iced the game with a defensive stop on the last Bulldog drive of the game, which followed a 44-yard field goal from Luke Watkins with 41 seconds remaining in the game. Here is one of the Bison's 6 sacks of the game, this one a strip sack from Nick Carpin with 2:46 left in the fourth quarter, as called by Todd Miller of the Bison Sports Network.
3rd down and 12 at the 31-yard line. Shelby again to throw. Pocket holds. Now from behind. He's hit by Carpenter. The football is free. It's picked up by OBU. Holy Toledo. OBU's defense has risen to the occasion again. The pocket held, and then at the last minute you saw number 0, Nick Carpenter, coming in. He hit him from behind, and OBU was able to pounce on the football.
Arkansas Tech defeated UAM 24-10, ending the Wonder Boys' 25-game losing streak against in-state opponents dating back 2,227 days. Arkansas Tech quarterback Tay Gatewood completed 13 of 22 passes for 149 yards and a touchdown. Jordan Jackson had 4 of those receptions for 100 yards, including Gatewood's touchdown pass. Buddy Taylor had 282 yards passing for the Boll Weevils. Tech's Blake Brown led a Wonder Boys defense to 3 red zone stops against a UAM offense that was a GAC best 17 of 18 in the red zone so far this year. Here's the 3rd red zone stop for the Wonder Boys, as called by Sam Strassner of River Country KCJC in Russellville.
Taylor takes the snap. Taylor looking, throwing into the end zone, too tall, incomplete, turnover on downs, and the football belongs to Arkansas Tech with 1 minute and 27 seconds to go. The Boll Weevils out of timeouts, and the Wonder Boys closing in on the sweet relief of a win over the Bull Weevils.
East Central scored 42 unanswered points on its way to a 42-7 victory over Northwestern Oklahoma State. The East Central offense was led by quarterback Jayave Mungale, who was 18 for 26 passing for 198 yards and 4 touchdowns. Demurian Montgomery added 89 yards rushing and a touchdown. East Central's defense held Northwestern to 215 yards with the help of Darian Williams, who scored on this 16-yard interception return. Here's the call from Mike Manos of 105.5 The X Factor.
And an interception at the line of scrimmage, caught, touchdown Tigers. Oh, goodness gracious. Defensive touchdown. When it rains, it pours. Darian Williams, we've been talking about him a lot in the past few weeks. He was in the right place and just strolled to the end zone. Might as well have been the intended receiver.
This week in the Great American Conference, Arkansas Tech will travel to Ouachita at 1 o'clock. There are 4 games kicking off at 2 o'clock, including Henderson State at Arkansas Monticello, Southern Nazarene at East Central, Harding at Southern Arkansas, and Southwestern Oklahoma State at Southeastern Oklahoma State. The lone 7 o'clock kickoff on the day will be between Northwestern Oklahoma State and Oklahoma Baptist. This has been the Week 7 GAC Rewind. I'm Chase Hartzell.